Hello guys, welcome to the channel for Mania. So in today's video, we are gonna compare the Huawei P50 Pro versus the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So guys, the Galaxy S22 Ultra versus the Huawei P50 Pro. So Galaxy S22 Ultra is 1440 to 3088 pixels and over here it's 1228 into 2000. So the pixel resolution is more over here. Also the PPI is 500 versus 450 PPI, so PPI is also over. And you can see the green colors over here is slightly better than that of the Galaxy S22 Ultra. That means a bit more vibrant or bit more detailed green color on the Huawei P50 Pro if you compare directly at a glance. And you couldn't tell any difference if you just look at a glance, but and let me see, you can see the difference over here, slightly difference, approximately 1 to 2%. But the entire brighter scenario, the Galaxy S22 is really bright because of the maximum peak brightness. So Galaxy S22 was really bright. But in terms of minor scenarios, I felt like the almost similar, but actually 1 to 2%. The color vibrancy is slightly better, or we can say it as a tie. But in terms of the brightness, it is slightly, Galaxy S22 is slightly. So guys, now it's time for the audio quality. So let me start from the Huawei P50 Pro. Okay, that was really good. And Galaxy S22 Ultra. Oh, I'm turning off the Dolby Atmos. So yes, what should I tell you about the audio? It was really close. I couldn't felt any difference. Maybe some areas some light, but the thing is, the output of the Huawei P50 Pro is as more like a smoothened. That means if you smoothen the edges, it would be a light more interesting. So it just smoothens something. Actually, I don't know the exact reason. You can hear the in voice actually just smoothens the audio a bit more, or I would say it is enhancing the audio while it comes out from the speakers. And the Galaxy S22 price is really decent, and but I couldn't tell any much difference between both are almost the same. And if you're really into smooth audio, that means what we call that means crystal like elements, that means that small cling that type of elements are really visible over here. But actually on the in those areas actually it just smoothens the entire, so it difference, there is a slight difference between both. So if you are really for the sharp, the bass, the up down, that means those audios are a bit more good on the Galaxy S22 Ultra. But in overall, if you ask me, that entire audio experience was slightly better. So in ways I would give a tie, because one was slightly better on one area, another was better on slight of another area. So if you just look at a glance or hear at a glance, you couldn't tell any difference between these two. Both are really good. Okay, now just quickly move to the other aspect. So if you compare the Galaxy S22 Ultra as well as the Huawei P50 Pro, you can see 8.9 mm thickness versus 8.5 mm and 229 grams of weight or the Galaxy S22 Ultra versus just 195 for the Huawei P50 Pro. And if you ask me, this comes with the Galaxy S22 Ultra comes with Corning Gorillaz Victus plus protection for the front as well as the back, and this comes with glass front as well as glass back. And this mention the protection, I would assume that it should be a Kundan glass for the Huawei. And you can see both comes with IP60 dust and water resistance on both of them. And then the next thing with the Galaxy S22 Ultra is obviously the S Pen. So you can just write down your favorite note, Slav, and just insert the S Pen, and that's it. The note is immediately saved in your notes, and you can see when I just unlocked, you can see the note would be automatically saved in the Samsung Notes feature. Yes, notes, you can see Godislav handwritten. You can see, wow, that's really nice. Also we have some air gestures, air features are also available, so that's a really cool feature for the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Then the next thing is obviously the processors. As we see in this, have the 8 gen 1 processor versus Snapdragon 888. Obviously there is a load difference, I would say almost 85k to versus just 70k, or 8 lakh would be approximately near 9 lakh, or I would say 8 lakh 50,000 versus 7 lakh 20,000. This certain two scores difference between both of them. And the next thing is regarding the UI. Wow, this has got the One UI 5 version recently, so you can see it's running on the latest version. So you can see the One UI 5 software information, 1E5 with Android 13, and you can see 1 October 2022 security patch level. So this guy is really good for with the 100 usage, everything. You can see few more options, like, so if I'm using the Play Store, I need to just do like this for the Windows and all, and if I'm in the Play Store, I just swipe it up with the two fingers for the next app to be open. So that's also really cool. So, and it's really interesting that Samsung just updated everything. And if you just go to the recents and want to just open an app in the pop-up, you just drag the application like this, instantly their app opens either in the pop view or I can see in the split screen. So in terms of the customization and the proper updates, this is really good. Whereas this guy just struggles in those areas. I have already mentioned the cons of this earlier. And then next comes with the battery and charging. So 5000 mAh of battery on the Galaxy S22 Ultra with 45 watt of charger, 50 watt of wireless charging, and 4.5 watt of reverse wireless charging. Whereas this guy is 4360 mAh but 66 watt of charger within the box and 50 watt of wireless charging. So that is really good. You need to buy this adapter separately for the Galaxy S22 Ultra. So if I want to pick one, I obviously pick this guy because actually yeah, I'm using a Geo SIM as well as an Idea SIM. So Idea SIM is over on this guy, as you guys can see it's on Idea, and this is having, I'm missing my some of the calls, but this is my secondary SIM, so that why I'm not much care about this SIM. That's why I just put in this guy. Else I wouldn't be using this phone as my secondary data. I would be using any other which supports Volt. Currently you can see that I couldn't make any of the phone calls, and I wouldn't receive any phone calls, even messages. So that's a really bad thing if you are using Geo. So no updates yet, and I would show you it's running on the latest update. Maybe some of you tell that this is, it would be having some updates, and I would show you this is on EMUI 12.0.1 and checking for updates. You can see software is updated, and I just purchased from the Amazon India. Okay, so and obviously I would be picking this guy only. And but if you are using any of the iPhone series like iPhone 14, 13, and you need an Android for just camera as well as the videography, then you can directly go for this guy. The editing, the camera modes, every video modes, everything is really good, especially the pro modes, the and other features related to the camera, the editing tools, everything is really a step ahead of the Galaxy S22 Ultra. So guys, that's for today. Signing off, it's Phone Mania.